Hello, you're here with Miss Libby Rose and I'm all set to get making. So we're going to be making a jersey batwing top / dress type of thing, but we're going to create the pattern from just a little stretchy top that we already have. So I've got my top here ready. Hello, you're here with Miss Libby Rose and welcome. Hello, you're here with Miss Libby Rose and welcome to our making session. Today we're going to make a little kind of jersey top / dress with a batwing sleeve, and we're going to create the pattern from a top you already have. So if you've got like a little jersey stretch top like these, I've got 1,000,001 of these type of things that I wear under my dresses and things. So I have laid that down on top of my paper and I'm set to draw out the pattern. So I've just got a pen or a pencil and a bendy ruler, and can you see I have this, I've just folded my t-shirt in half and I've put the center front down the edge of the page there, and I've laid the arm out. Now I've just sort of pivoted it up a little bit, because what we're going to do to make this as simple as possible, we're doing a straight line down here, because this is actually going to be a seam on the top of the sleeve here, and there's no shoulder, there's no set-in sleeve, it's just one long straight line, and then we're going to create this sort of batwing style down here. So if I shuffle that down a bit. Now this is going to be the back, because we want the back quite close so the neck sort of sits into you nicely. So I'm just going to draw a little curve, can be as high as you like because you can always cut it down. And then from that curve, so if you see that I've drawn that curve in there, I'm just going to do a straight line tilted downwards to the end where I know my sleeve's going to end. I just right angle that off, and then I'm going to create this batwing style underneath. So that's why I've got a curvy ruler. So look how much I've got. So that would be tight, and then I've got this big amount here to make it into a batwing, and then I just curve around. So all of this comes down. I'm curving. Now I don't want to make it too baggy, so I'm going to do that. Now can you see what I've done? I've created a curve that goes around, and then you could add longer there when you're adding to the fabric. So that is a really simplistic way we do this. Here is our fold line. Okay, so this would just create a sort of batwing style. Now I'm really hoping that you can see that. So if I get that cut out, and then hopefully you can see that better. So down and around, and that will go down as long as I want. So you could check how long you want it. If you check from the middle of your neck straight down to see how long that you want it, and that can go from the nape here at the back, so that's the nape of your neck, and all the way down. So this can be, this, if you wanted it both sides, you could just do it like this and then just scoop this down lower for the front, and that would be just fine as is. I'm going to do mine slightly different, the front slightly different, but get that back done first of all. Welcome back. Hello. I've got you pointed down on the table now because I really want you to be able to understand what I'm getting at. Some of you will just know, but I really want to make sure that I'm not alienating anybody. So this is it cut out now. So I'm hoping that you can see that better. The edge, the mid center back or center front, and the edge of the fabric on the fold. This is the original top. So I went a little close up high here because you want that high at the back, Then I did a straight line down. So your top won't want to do a straight line down. It'll sort of do that because it's got a set-in sleeve. So you pivot that up. So you want it as a straight line down here. Then you've got the end of your arm, and that's wider than what your little skinny top would be. Then you create this bat wing with a bendy ruler, and you can take it in as much as you like here as well. If you want to go a little bit skinny, down to you, or you can flare it out if you like as well. Okay, so now without that there, see the top looks a bit funny now, but this is the arm, this is the length, this is the neck. Okay, so I've left this amount of fabric at the end because I want to extend it down so that it's a sort of mini dress I can wear over leggings and things. So back can just get cut as it is. I might even extend the arms all the way to the edge of the fabric because I could always take it off if that's not right. Okay, so you cut that once on the fold. So when you get to cut the front, do it exactly the same, even with this high neck here, because when you try it on, we'll then cut it down, make a chalk mark how far down you want to come. Okay, now with mine, I'm going to do the front and I'm going to pivot this because I want to create a bit of a cow neckline. So I'm doing a slight pivot. Now there is some really good pattern making techniques for this, and we actually do it in the Sewing for Confidence class. I think it's in the intermediate, in the third level, level 3. Yeah, it would be level 3, that we do. So we work with shoulders and sleeves and things, but we actually put in a cow, the extension for the cow neckline. But I am doing a little trial and seeing whether I can just do it by pivoting on this dress, just as a fun little easy dress to make. So for yours, just put it on the fold, or if you want to do that too, you can pivot it out slightly. So you've got this extra bit here that will turn into a bit of a cow neck. So cut one like this, and then the other one exactly the same, or if you want to have a play, you could slightly pivot. And then when you've got those pieces together, come back with either your overlocker or sewing machine ready, and we can put it all together. That's better. Hello, I'm not looking out from under you. So hello, we've done our pattern, we've cut out our fabric. So now I've got my trusty overlocker all set up, and I have got my jersey needle in there as well. So the two, well, for the overlocker it's 2 needles, so I've got jersey or a ballpoint or a stretch needle in there, and needles, sorry, 2 needles in the overlocker. And I'm all thread up in blue, ready for my fabric. If you want to be working on your sewing machine, there's an overlock foot, or there's the walking foot. So either one of those would work well, or you've got just your normal zigzag foot that you could use. So use zigzag stitch, or if it's got a special lightning bolt stitch, like I said in last Sunday's. Some machines have got this like lightning bolt. It's a lightning bolt. It's a stretch stitch, and that works really well too. So whatever your machine has got that's right for you. Again, I'll take you back to the confidence course, because in the beginners we go through loads of, actually in a few of the different levels we do go through feet, just different feet and what they're used for. And there is a really cool overlocking foot as well for a lot of machines. So if your sewing machine's got built-in overlocker in it, do check out the overlock foot, because that might help too. Or if you have an overlocker, which I know so many home sewers these days have got, which is fantastic. I just those people that I meet are like, oh yeah, I invested in an overlocker. I'm like, yes, so good. So yeah, brilliant. Just, you know, it used to be the day when people would see my overlocker sitting there and go like, what is that? I don't want to go anywhere near it. But it's great now. There's so many wonderful teachers around, and also the, you know, Janome are great. Loads of different sewing machine companies are really good at making it not so hard for people to access with overlockers, because they are wonderful. So we pop right sides together, and I've got my, where my neck is here, I know where my neck is. So then that's the top of my shoulder, the whole way down the arm. So I'm going to go down that seam there, and then I will do this around underneath as well. And then the same on the other side. Okay, hello, we're back. So how did you go? So you did the sleeves at the top and then the arms around here. Now you could probably see how high now you could take up your arms on the side. Okay, so you could probably go higher if you wanted to, and you could slim this in at the side. Now you've got the back. Speaking of high, you've got that quite high, so you could cut that down. If you put it on yourself, then you could make some chalk marks to see how far down you want to go. Then I've done a cow neckline at the front, just because I wanted to have a bit of a play with doing this a simple way of doing a cow neckline, because you can get a bit technical with that. And again, I do a cow neckline in the intermediates class, so if you're looking at that kind of style, do sign up to that course, because because I do go through all the pattern cutting for that. But for this one, I just wanted to try if I could just pivot around and bring it up, and then that would lay down nicely, which that's doing now, and it kind of goes under the bust there. Then I'm going to put like a nice little button here so that this flows down into quite a flattering dress. So this is quite a long version of it. So I've got mine a cow. Now yours will probably come up quite high, so then you can make a mark if you want it to go into a V or into a scoop neck. Then you'll just either overlock the edge or roll hem around all the edges. So you fold it down 1 centimetre, 1 centimetre again, and then just sewing around to finish it off. So I'd love to see your makes if you do one at home, and also any problems or queries or anything you have with the pattern. But do sort of have a play with that by using your by using a top, you know, so that you can create that bat wing. So yeah. So we're going to do a few more alterations and some making and finishing off this afternoon. And I want to say thank you very much for joining me on this make, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.